Hello, fellow truth seekers, and welcome to another episode of Journey Back to My Truth. I have been MIA for quite a while, and I apologize for that. Truth be told, I ended up going into a huge depression. I hadn't been depressed through all this. I've been sick for 7-8 years ago it started, but it's been really bad. 5 years, and then I'm now non-functional for the last year and a half. I can't work anymore. My brain quit working, all of that stuff. Anyway, so through all of this, I kept having hope. I kept thinking I would find the right doctor, something would get better. Well, I even got to go to a neurologist at the Cleveland Clinic, and I really thought that once I went there, he would find it. So I had the appointment with the neurologist, went, and I mean, he was great. I cannot complain about the neurologist at all. He did all kinds of testing, did brain scans, did blood tests, even did a spinal tap, which was not fun, but they were fantastic. I have nothing but good things to say about the doctors at Cleveland Clinic and all of the staff and care. It was really fantastic. However, nothing. Supposedly, I'm perfectly healthy. So why then am I losing all of this function and have all of these things happening to my body? I don't know. Why I was there, they sent me to an immunologist who went through all of my stuff. They said there was nothing they could find. I have a lot of food allergies and other things that have developed, but nothing that should be causing the symptoms I'm having. Then they sent me to another rheumatologist. The rheumatologist said that they think, I might be low on B vitamins and vitamin D. And so they put me on those, which I've been taking. And it's helped with energy a little bit, but it didn't get rid of my pain. And then I've also been to infectious disease. I had traveled a lot when I was younger. So I thought maybe, just maybe, I caught some weird disease while I was over in Thailand or Laos, or South America, who knows? And, a parasite, I don't know. And I still kind of think I have Lyme disease. So I went to an infectious disease specialist, and he said no, although he didn't test me for Lyme. He said that my symptoms don't match up, which I don't really agree with, considering I've had a lot of the Bell's palsy and tachycardia and other things that supposedly go with Lyme, but he said he didn't think it matched and that there wasn't a cause for that either. So I still wanted to see an endocrinologist, but my labs aren't bad enough to see an endocrinologist. I do think there's some thyroid issues going on. Like my hair is, I don't know if you see, even since the last time, it's gotten a lot thinner. I have this unexplained weight gain and this tiredness. But they're telling me my labs are good enough. No endocrinologist will see me. So I'm literally at the end of the Western medicine road, and I just got really depressed because I thought I could get better, and there's nobody to help me get better. So I got shut down for about a month or so. It was also the anniversary of my dad passing away in a car accident, which was a big trauma. It was really hard. So I just keep going on. Now I'm starting to come out of the funk, and I've learned a lot of things since we last talked. One thing I know for sure is definitely my energy levels, and everything else that's food related. I keep trying with intermittent fasting and straight up fasting and keto, and that's been the only way I've been able to lose weight. I have in the last year lost 30, well, no, I started at 230. I got down to 170 at one point in time. But we went on a trip to New Orleans this last week, and while I was there, I did not stay gluten-free. Normally, I always am gluten-free now, but I did not stay gluten-free there because the food is so good. And in that trip, I gained 15 pounds, which, I mean, yeah, I ate some good food, but we were there 3 days. I mean, having one po' boy and what else do I have? Well, the oysters would have been gluten-free. I had some king cake. I had one pastry, a petit four, and not even pizza or anything. I had one daiquiri. You gotta have a daiquiri if you're going to New Orleans. No way around it. 2 beignets. And I think that was it. I mean, other than that, I had some things like turtle soup, and we did have some jambalaya, of course. I did have the Rocky and Carlos macaroni and cheese, which if you go to New Orleans, you have to head out to Chaumette to Rocky and Carlos. So good. So good. Yeah, I think that was it for the gluten. So that food by itself should not add up to 15 pounds. But for whatever reason, if I eat anything with gluten, I just start packing on weight. And I haven't quite figured out if it's water weight or what, but definitely it's not good for me. And I end up hurting all over, and my body feels like I have the flu, and like every muscle hurts, like all my shoulders, my legs, my glutes. I can always tell because my thumb pad right here, this part, hurts. That's how I know it's not the flu and that it's some kind of gluten poisoning, because it feels like it does when you have the flu, where you're achy, like all up in here and your legs and everything else. But if this thumb pad area right there hurts, that's from gluten. That doesn't happen when I have the flu. That's the only way I can tell the difference. In fact, earlier this winter, I had the flu and I didn't know it because I took the kids into the doctor because they were sick. The doctor, while we're there, said, "Oh, let me check you too." And I was like, "Nah, I'm fine." Because I mean, I hurt and I'm tired, but I always hurt and tired, and nope, had the flu. Didn't even know it. So that gives you a clue of what I'm dealing with, which is why I was so depressed when Western medicine said there's nothing wrong with me. So anyway, I'm now completely on my own in this journey. I have learned a lot, and I'm just going to keep sharing everything I've learned over the next couple of weeks and keep working on moving forward and healing myself. I've also really gotten back to the roots of doing things that make me happy, finding joy. I've done some KonMari method. I really like Marie, I'm blanking on her name, Kondo, who she's the one who's all about only keeping items that bring you joy. I'll talk about that some. So I've just gotten a lot of stuff out of my house. I've let some toxic relationships kind of go to the side. I'm getting back into doing things that make me happy. I've started reading again just because I love reading so much, and as a mom, it was something I let go. So I'm making time to read, making time to do things that make me joyful. But we'll talk about all of that over the next coming weeks, and just glad to be back, and hope to see you soon.